handful of rosemary. Father and I raced to get there. Bad luck, he says. Bad luck to marry after the clock strikes noon. Well, we stop along the way twice so I can retch the morning sickness already upon me. And we arrive as the church bell tolls 11. But you do not arrive till 2. My father is fit to be tied. Visions drift past his eyes. You drawn and disemboweled. You hung and quartered. You beheaded and burned.
I'm Pam.
I'm Chris. Absolutely brilliant.
Brilliant.
I've never seen anything like that before. I mean, yes, she had script in hand, but like I said to her, you wouldn't have noticed it after the first couple of minutes. It just goes out the window.
And it's nice to hear a story from another perspective other than Shakespeare himself. Whether it be true or not, who knows? But it was amazing.
It was.
Glorious.
I would be happy to sit through it again any time.
And it's a fantastic place.
And especially on a day like this.
Who like a fiend from heaven to hell is flown away. I hate, from hate away she threw, and saved my life, saying, not you. Well, do you like it, you say? It's beautiful. It's about you. Oh? I hate, from hate away she threw, and saved my life, saying, not you. Hate away, half the way, you see? Oh. One day, you say, one day, I shall write better.
No,
we haven't.
No.
But we don't live that far away.
No.
We're in mid Wales.
Right. Yeah. Do you think you'd come back then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to seeing maybe one of his plays.
I'm Amy. So my brother David, he works here he's in some of the plays, and I'm visiting him today, and he said come along, so I thought I'd come along. I loved it. It was great. I think Mary really captured my imagination. She painted some beautiful pictures with her voice and really took me to the set, and I loved it. Yeah. Well, I did performing arts at university. Haven't been on stage for many years though. I went down the line of being a teacher instead. And I've taught music, and I have helped out in the school plays. Yes, I would definitely. It's a beautiful place, just to be out amongst nature and to hear the birds singing as well. It's really relaxing and a beautiful spot. And really impressive, the Willow theatre itself.
You stumble home drunk, not with ale, but with a future. A position, you say. I've been offered a position with the Queen's Men. First as a player, but later, perhaps later, as a writer. A writer! The excitement in your voice, the joy in your eyes, the thrill in your hands as they dance your ideas in the air.
My name is Dave Hilliard. I live really locally. I live about a mile down the road. I'm also part of the Willow Globe company, and I volunteer up here as well, helping to cut the grass and to keep the beautiful Willow Theatre. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. It was so powerful. It had everything really. It was funny, it was thought-provoking, and it was just really wonderful. It surprised me, and it really makes you think what did happen. Yeah.
I say thank you! 6 months, and then we shall see. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And you kiss me and hug me, and I can see the tears well up like waves behind your eyes. You shan't regret this, you say. You shan't. Don't worry, don't. I will be back. Anon. Does that mean soon? I say. It means what it means.
I think the Shakespeare link, it brings, it introduces people that have never really studied or know a lot about Shakespeare, like myself. My first play was only last year, Henry V. I knew very little about Shakespeare, apart from what I'd done in school, which really was only Julius Caesar for my English literature exam. So it gives people an insight and an understanding that they wouldn't normally get around this area. There's very little of that type of thing. And the place itself is just magical. And I think once people come up here and see it, and see what there is to offer, and the atmosphere that you get, especially in the Willow Globe itself, they become regular. You see the same faces here all the time, and some people travel quite a way as well.
With a golden note, my love doth sing, my love doth light on the highest bower, and chimes my name out every hour. My love doth soar through golden skies, on a golden breeze doth my dove guide.
Oliver, thank you. The actress here is my aunt, Mary Harvey, and she's over visiting and doing this play, and I have jumped at the opportunity to come and see her for the first time in my life. Didn't realise exactly what it was going to be and where we were going to be. I think it's absolutely fantastic, a mini Willow Globe here. I just thought I'd come and watch, considering that 7 years ago when she originally did the production, she went to Anne Hathaway's cottage. I went with her and sort of looked around, and she got all sort of the feel for the lifestyle that Anne would have been living back in the day. And now I've finally come full circle and seen the finished product. Yeah.
And do you live quite far away yourself?
I live in Cambridgeshire, yeah.
Right.
Well, and everywhere else. I've just been living in Ireland for the last 6 months, and to Australia 2 years before that. So I've really missed out on all my opportunities to see her at other times. She's been doing anything else. She was playing last November in London. I missed that. So eventually I've come to see her, and what a payoff.
Mary Harvey. I just had the luck to be allowed to do an afternoon performance on a beautiful sunny day in May at the Willow Theatre, and it's been magical afternoon. I've been performing Shakespeare's Will by Vern Tierson and representing for Canada with a beautiful Canadian play about Anne Hathaway. I live in Montreal, and I have family and cousins nearby, and I was doing a show in London in November, and they told me about the Willow Globe, and when I went on the website and I read about the whole operation and looked at the photographs of how beautiful it was, I really wanted to come here. I became a bit fixated about coming here. But I would come back in a flash if ever there was a show on here, because it's really a beautiful and incredibly, it's almost a spiritual space. It really is a gathering place. The crowd here is so warm, and there's such a feeling of community. It's an honor. It was just an honor. It's a beautiful little stage to perform on, and just, it's a very precious thing. You don't often have people gather in completely natural spaces to hear live words from a live performer, just as it used to be for hundreds of years. It's very special. Item to Hamnet Sadler, 26 shillings and 8 pence to buy him a ring. And to my fellows in the theatre, John Hemmings, Richard Burbage and Henry Condell, 26 shillings and 8 pence apiece to buy them all rings. Even though... Item. I give and bequeath unto my said sister Joan £20, and all my wearing apparel I do will and devise unto her. I do devise unto her the house in Stratford, wherein she may dwelleth for her natural life. The house! The house! But... Item. I give unto my wife my second best bed with the furniture. And you've got the lambs making their noises, and the birds in the trees, and beautiful sunny day, and the feeling of people being close, and present and everyone being in the same light in daylight. It's a beautiful thing.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks, and thanks for the welcome. It's a really wonderful space for performers to come to. I couldn't recommend it enough.